Have you ever seen a person so powerful, so admired, so untouchable, suddenly freeze because of something as simple as a bouquet of flowers? Watch till the end, because what happened in that office shocked every employee, and if you're enjoying stories like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more true kindness tales. The story begins inside the glass tower of Mirage Tech, a billion-dollar empire run by Aurora Vale, a woman whose brilliance was matched only by her cold, unshakable presence. Aurora never smiled, never stopped, never listened, and certainly never cared about anything that didn't advance her company. People said she was made of steel, beautiful, polished, and impossible to approach. And for the longest time, no one dared to try, until Liam Hayes joined the company. Liam wasn't like the others. He wasn't ambitious, he wasn't trying to climb ladders, and he wasn't trying to impress Aurora. He was a single dad with warm eyes, gentle patience, and a quiet talent for solving problems no one else could. He didn't wear expensive suits, he wore shirts slightly wrinkled from early morning school runs. He didn't brag, he listened. And slowly, softly, without meaning to, people in the office gravitated toward him. Including Aurora, though she would rather walk through fire than admit it. She noticed how employees brightened when Liam entered a room. She noticed how he carried the entire marketing department on his shoulders with kindness instead of authority. And she noticed something else, something she didn't understand yet. Every morning, she passed by his desk on her way to the lift. Every morning he greeted her with a polite nod, the only employee who wasn't terrified of her. And every morning she felt something irritating. But she kept it buried, until one rainy Tuesday when she arrived earlier than usual and stopped dead in her tracks. On Liam's desk sat a small bouquet of wildflowers, bright, fresh, beautifully arranged, and attached was a handwritten note with curvy feminine handwriting, "To the kindest man I know, M." Aurora's heart jolted. She stared at the bouquet so long her assistant thought she'd frozen. Flowers. For him. From someone who clearly liked him. Why did that matter? Why did heat coil in her stomach? Why did she feel something sharp twist inside her chest? She told herself it was office policy, personal gifts were unprofessional, distracting, but deep down something dangerous was waking inside her. Jealousy. And it terrified her. The rest of the office watched as Aurora's eyes narrowed, her perfectly sculpted jaw tightening as she stared at the flowers like they had personally insulted her. No one understood why their CEO, who ignored birthdays, celebrations, and half the human race, was suddenly furious over a bouquet. No one, except maybe Liam, who arrived moments later, gently picked up the flowers, and smiled with a warmth that made Aurora's stomach drop. And just like that, her world began to crack open. Liam noticed immediately, Aurora's stiff posture, the tightness around her eyes, the way she looked anywhere except directly at him, which was unusual because she normally held eye contact like she was interrogating your soul. "Good morning, Ms. Vale," he said softly, placing the flowers back on his desk. Aurora lifted her chin, pretending to be unaffected, but her voice betrayed her. "Personal items are distracting." Liam raised an eyebrow. "They're just flowers. A colleague left them." Her heartbeat stumbled. A colleague, not a lover, not a secret admirer. But instead of relief, she felt annoyed that she cared at all. And even more annoyed when Liam seemed amused. "I didn't take you for the type who notices things like this," he said kindly, not mocking. Not challenging, just observing. And somehow that made it worse. Aurora spent the whole day in meetings, distracted, restless, and uncharacteristically irritated by every small inconvenience. She snapped at departments. She rejected proposals she normally would have considered. People whispered, "What's wrong with her today?" The truth was simple, Liam had never belonged to her. But seeing those flowers made her realize she wanted him too. She wanted his warm smile, his gentle voice, the way he treated everyone like they mattered. She wanted something she had never wanted in her entire life, a connection that wasn't built on power. But desire wasn't enough. Aurora didn't know how to talk about feelings, she'd buried hers years ago. So instead, she did what she always did, she controlled. She summoned Liam to her private office, a place employees entered trembling and exited sweating. But Liam walked in calm, carrying the flowers with him. "Ms. Vale, if this is about the bouquet, who is M?" She cut in. The question escaped before she could stop it. Liam blinked. "Maya, my daughter's teacher. She leaves a flower every time I volunteer for school events." Aurora's breath caught. His daughter. She had forgotten he was a single dad. She felt heat pool in her chest, not jealousy now, shame. Because she had jumped to conclusions. You volunteer, she said quietly, almost too quietly. Liam nodded. Every Friday. Kids need patience and time. Things I didn't get growing up. Aurora stared at him. She didn't understand this world. Kindness without agenda, responsibility without reward. And when he smiled softly, something inside her cracked wide open. Ms. Vale, are you okay? He asked gently. No employee had ever asked her that. No one had ever cared. And the truth she would never admit was this: Liam Hayes was dangerous because he made her feel human. And she didn't know how to handle that. Aurora avoided him for 2 days, not out of anger, but fear. Fear that she had finally met someone who could see past her armor. Fear that he might not like what he saw. But when Friday came and she overheard employees whispering about Liam leaving early to help at a school event, something pulled her out of her shell. Curiosity. Or maybe, longing. She found herself standing at the school cafeteria door, watching Liam surrounded by children, wearing an apron with cartoon apples on it. He laughed, an unguarded, warm laugh she had never heard in the office. And the most astonishing thing happened. The children adored him. A little girl with curly hair tugged at his sleeve. Mr. Hayes, you promised to show my mom my artwork. I did, he said with a smile. And I keep my promises. Aurora felt something melt inside her. She had grown up in a world of broken promises. Maybe that was why she never trusted anyone. When Liam finally noticed her, his eyes widened in surprise, but not fear. Never fear. He walked over, wiping paint off his hands. Ms. Vale, didn't expect to see you here. She swallowed. I wanted to apologize. About the flowers. About everything. His gentle expression told her she didn't need to explain more. You know, Liam said softly, you don't have to be the cold CEO all the time. She looked away. It's all I know how to be. Then let me teach you something else, he said. His daughter ran over then, bright-eyed little Emma, and without hesitation she grabbed Aurora's hand. Are you Daddy's friend? Aurora froze. Friend. Not CEO. Not boss. Not billionaire. Friend. She looked at Liam, who smiled in that patient, warm way only he could. I'd like to be, Aurora whispered. And for the first time in her life, she meant it. From that day on, Aurora Vale didn't change overnight, but she did change. She smiled more. She listened. She learned what kindness looked like, what family felt like, what love could become. And all because a single dad received flowers on his desk, and it awakened a longing she never knew she had. If you felt the emotion in this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more true kindness tales. Your support means everything, and more heart-touching stories are coming your way.